Now at 5, an arrest in the deadly shooting of an Indianapolis mail carrier. The man who is now behind bars.
We're trying to trust the process as much as possible because I know that we're not the only people that haven't received it.
We are still hearing from Hoosiers missing their stimulus checks. What's behind the delay?
We're reaching out directly to individuals in the hospitality industry, the bartenders, servers, folks in hotels.
Hiring Hoosiers is connecting you with an Indiana company looking to hire hospitality workers who are out of a job because of the coronavirus pandemic.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
And thanks for joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins, practicing social distancing from my home. We will have the very latest on the coronavirus in just a moment.
And I'm Amanda Starantino here in the RTV6 studios. First at 5, new developments in the deadly shooting of an Indianapolis mail carrier. A 21-year-old man is now under arrest for Monday's shooting on the east side. Tony Cushingberry was taken into custody last night by local and federal authorities. He is accused in the deadly Monday afternoon shooting of a 45-year-old Postal employee, Angela Summers, in the 400 block of Denny Street. Summers was delivering mail at the time. Because Summers is a federal employee, the U.S. Attorney's Office will decide on the charges in this case.
The day's developments in the fight against coronavirus include some positive news about a potential treatment. But first, the numbers tonight. Indiana is closing in on 1,000 deaths due to COVID-19. The 63 new deaths reported today occurred between April 7th and yesterday. The state total is now 964. 605 more Hoosiers have tested positive, and more than 91,000 people have been tested. Worldwide, there are now 3.1 million positive cases and nearly 226,000 deaths. More than 60,000 of those deaths are in the U.S., but nearly 117,000 Americans have recovered. And encouraging but very preliminary news today about the effectiveness of an experimental drug to treat COVID-19. A major U.S. government study showed that the drug remdesivir shortened the recovery time for patients who advanced for coronavirus from 15 to 11 days.
The data shows that remdesivir has a clear-cut, significant positive effect in diminishing the time to recovery. This is really quite important. Although a 31% improvement doesn't seem like a knockout 100%, it is a very important proof of concept, because what it is proven is that a drug can block this virus.
Dr. Fauci is the head of the government agency that led the study, and he's also on the White House coronavirus task force. Remdesivir is produced by Gilead Sciences, a California biotech company.
If you've wondered why women seem to be more affected by COVID-19, the Indiana State Health Commissioner says it is generally because of their behavior. Right now, women have about 53% of the COVID-19 cases compared to about 45% for men. State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Bach said the virus does not affect men and women differently, but women are generally more in tune to issues with their bodies.
Women tend to come in and do their annual exams. They tend to get their blood pressure under control and to address other health problems. Unfortunately, a lot of our husbands, and I can not say that my husband is one of these, he's very good at this, but they don't always come in and do their annual exams and the care that they need.
And women may have the virus at a higher rate, but more men have died from the coronavirus than women in Indiana, about 54% to 44%. And tomorrow, the Marion County Public Health Department in the city of Indianapolis will begin additional community testing to address the health disparities of the virus in minority and older age groups. That testing will take place at Eastern Star Church near 30th and Arlington by appointment only. You'll find a link to register on the IndyChannel.com. And RTV6 is committed to highlighting the issues many Hoosiers are facing when it comes to receiving financial assistance to rebound from the economic effects of the coronavirus. Some have still yet to receive their stimulus checks. RTV6's Stephanie Wade is working for you to explain why and how it's impacting some of our community's most beloved people.
October 30th of 2018, came down with pancreatitis. About 3 weeks later, was fully septic. Probably should have died. 65 days in the hospital. Had to relearn to walk again. 9 months on a feeding tube. Nothing solid to eat. So yeah, it's been a trying 18 months.
A trying 18 months for beloved Center Grove physical education teacher Jason Mueller. Even before the novel coronavirus, swept the globe. After all those medical expenses, he and his wife could really use the stimulus check issued by the federal government right now. But like so many other Hoosiers, they haven't received theirs yet. It's put them, like many others, in a pinch. We found out your check might be delayed if you didn't file your taxes in 2018 or 19, or the IRS isn't done processing your tax return yet. The IRS might not have your bank information, or the money went to an old account. If you recently closed a bank account, it's possible the agency never got the memo. In Mueller's case, he didn't get a tax refund because he missed so much work last year dealing with his health complication. But he did go to the bank to give them his information. But just like what helped him get through his health scare,
my students, my staff, the people I work with, the community that I serve, they always get me through things. And I just wake up, I look at my pictures on my phone that are so dear to me, and I'm like, okay, this is your why. Get up, get moving. Let's go.
Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
And for more info about receiving stimulus checks or other issues Hoosiers have run into, visit our website at theindychannel.com.
The U.S. Postal Service is considered essential during this pandemic. The service was already struggling financially, and now, because of reduced revenue, the agency could be out of cash by fall without help. RTV6's Troy Washington is working for you to explain how this impact trickles down.
Postal workers are always on the go. They're known to be reliable and consistent.
We go to every address, no matter who we are, where we live. 160 million addresses, 6 days a week, sometimes 7.
Simply put, mail carriers won't let much stop them from doing their job.
It's a non-taxpayer-based entity. A lot of people don't realize that. It solely runs off revenue of postage and postal products. The retailers are not advertising. Restaurants aren't sending out coupons, car dealers, airlines. So it's deeply affecting the mail. And so what's going to happen is if the Postal Service just runs on the revenue. If the revenue runs out, and that's what's going to happen if there's not relief from Congress.
But what happens when their funds start to run low because of the COVID-19 pandemic and restrictions keeping them from making money?
And if the post office doesn't get relief, then what the post office does for the people of this country, including absentee voting and vote by mail, will all be at risk.
According to the president of the American Postal Workers Union, without getting the necessary funds to stay afloat, the future of the Postal Service is starting to look dim.
If the post office is forced to cease operations or severely reduce operations, then the people of the country will pay a price.
He says it's no secret. USPS binds the country together, bringing necessary medication to people, delivering stimulus checks to those in need, and keeping military families connected. He says while most USPS workers feel appreciated, now is the time to really show it.
The calls to Congress, letters to Congress, emails to Congress.
Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Well, there was an attempt to include the Postal Service in a coronavirus relief package passed in March. It was passed without the inclusion of USPS. Tomorrow afternoon, Vice President Mike Pence will return to Indiana to visit the Kokomo GM plant that is now producing medical ventilators in the fight against COVID-19. Pence will fly into Grissom Air Reserve Base and then travel to Kokomo. GM began producing ventilators 2 weeks ago at the request of the federal government. GM is now looking to hire more than 1,000 temporary workers to help fulfill this order of 30,000 ventilators by the end of August. You can go to hiringhoosiers.com for application information.
And Hiring Hoosiers is our commitment here at RTV6 to connect you to jobs and resources. And tonight, our Nicole Griffin is focusing on a local company that wants to hire workers who have been laid off from one of the industries hit hardest by the coronavirus pandemic.
Apex Energy Solutions mainly focuses on selling energy efficient windows. So right now, with many hospitality workers out of a job, they want them to know there are open opportunities with their company.
We've not hit the pause button on life. We really see this as an opportunity to grow and develop, and we feel like it's critical during these challenging times that we evolve.
As homeowners focus on making home improvements and begin remodeling projects during the pandemic, sales reps with Apex Energy Solutions are busy. Matt Duncan, who is the executive VP of sales, has worked his way up in the company. Before getting hired, he worked at a nightclub downtown. He's learned over the years many of the skills he acquired working in hospitality translate well into his job at Apex.
The ability to start and generate a productive, meaningful conversation with someone you've never met before. That initial first impression of approaching someone face to face and making a quick connection.
With thousands of workers out of a job right now in the hospitality industry, Duncan wants to encourage them to consider working for the company as well.
Someone that maybe hasn't found the right opportunity to step out of their comfort zone, we think right now is that right time.
Apex offers a 3-week paid training program, and Duncan says there are opportunities for quick advancement in the company. Aside from the company's headquarters in Zionsville, Apex is located in 23 other states. Working for you, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
And Apex expects business to increase once the stay-at-home order expires. That is why they want to add around 12 sales reps to their Zionsville team. We'll put the details on how to apply at hiringhoosiers.com. And still ahead on the news at 5, more Hiring Hoosiers news, the business putting the focus on skilled trades and the importance of those jobs now and in the future. And We're Open Indy, the restaurant not only trying to stay in business, but helping feed those in need for free at the same time. Kevin?
Amanda, low pressure will sit and spin in the Great Lakes. How long will stay within the circle of showers? Coming up.
RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is dedicated to bringing you stories about connecting you to jobs and opportunities, whether you are an employee or an employer. Tonight, we show you a story that has already gained some traction since we ran it this morning. People have already responded to the job listings available. Our Lauren Casey shows you how.
Plumbing just it runs deep in my roots.
Kelson Carter is a plumber in the Indianapolis area. We caught up with him for this news story a few years back as he demonstrated to us how to make sure your sump pump is connected properly. Fast forward to today, as thousands of Hoosiers find themselves without work, plumbers like Carter are just as busy as ever.
It's an essential need, so it's very rewarding to be able to get out there and still be able to be working through all this.
His sister Lauren is the founder of Career Coach Indy, helping people navigate through the job search process. And during this pandemic, many Hoosiers are coming to a crossroads in their career path.
What's my industry going to look like in 5 years and 10 years, or how is my industry really going to be impacted by the coronavirus? It's a really good time for people to evaluate their industry that they're in, and if they've had an interest in the trades before in their life, then maybe now's the time to check it out because it's in really high demand.
For Kelson, his desire to join the skilled trades started at a young age.
One of the best things I did was I job shadowed a lot of different trade jobs, and that's how I decided that, hey, plumbing would be a good fit for me.
But the path to the trades isn't always the most glamorous option for young people and parents alike.
It was very difficult. Everybody's going to college and having a good time, and you decided to start working right away.
His peers donning spiritwear of their select schools, anticipating the college experience.
If it was more of like a cool option, I guess, then maybe more people would be inclined to look at it sooner rather than later in life.
And that's why the siblings founded Trade Life, an apparel company and website working to raise awareness about the skilled trades and the opportunities available, like job security, to people who prefer to work with their hands.
A lot of places like electrical, HVAC, boilermakers, construction managers, they all start at around $25 an hour. So starting out, and it can go up from there. It's all kind of knowledge-based.
Trade Life was founded in 2017, but their message now may be more clear than ever.
We started it because we just feel like there's a lack of pride and unity amongst all of the trades, and so we created it to say, hey, this is a cool clothing line, and let's have more pride around working in the trades. It's an essential service, and it's the backbone of America in some ways.
Working for you, Lauren Casey, RTV6.
Trade Life also posts blog posts on the site that explore benefits to working in these fields and ways to get involved in apprenticeships and summer jobs early in life. We have the links to their Living the Trade Instagram, their apparel website, and the blog all on our website, plus how you can connect with Career Coach Indy. Just go to hiringhoosiers.com and click on this story.
Many restaurants are still open to serve you, changing their business model to focus on carry-out and delivery options. In one of our first We're Open Indy profiles last month, we featured Richard's Brick Oven Pizza in Franklin. Owner Richard Goss was not only doing carry-out, but cooking warm, free meals to anyone in need. Since that first story, we learned that through contributions of labor and food from the community, Richard's has served more than 7,600 meals to people in need. About 1/4 of those meals were delivered to seniors, with the first serve curbside on Main Street for anyone in need. On average, Richard's serves more than 200 people a night between 6 and 7 p.m. And you can continue to support this local business by ordering carry-out. For hours and info, just go to richardskitchen.com. And for more info about other restaurants and businesses that are still open to serve you, check out our website, theindychannel.com, and help save some jobs. Well, now to your Storm Team 6 forecast. And as you promised, Kevin, we went from warm and windy to wet and cooler.
And yeah, you can obviously feel the temperature change, and we're not as cool as we will be 24 hours from now. So the transition is still underway. One way to stay warm on a day like this is to keep moving. People exercising downtown Indianapolis, lots of creative ways to do that in these times. It will help when we get some sunshine in the picture. That will happen as we get to Friday, but not until then. As much as 25 degrees colder across the area right now than yesterday. We were living in the 70s yesterday, obviously in the 50s today. Let's talk about our rain chances. There will be pockets of rain that will cycle through central Indiana over the next 24 hours. The most organized area now just east of Terre Haute, right along Interstate 70, and then eastern Greene County. From Bloomfield, that'll move toward Bloomington, may catch Lake Monroe as well. Temperature 62 in Muncie, 58 in Greenwood. You realize tomorrow we probably won't make it to 50 degrees. That is going to be quite a day, and the good news about that is once we've accomplished that, we've hit rock bottom. Hello, Coco. Patty Chapman sending in a picture of her young lady ready to go for a walk, and so I'm at your service. Dry this evening in most spots. We'll see a few showers later as temperatures fall into the 50s. I'll let this roll from 7 o'clock tonight to 7 a.m. tomorrow, and you'll see how spotty the rain will be. Nothing real heavy expected. As I mentioned, coldest temperatures tomorrow. Then we step up Friday and we jump into the 70s on Saturday. And of course, we've changed months in there. It looks like May, at least the first weekend of May, will be mild. A cool, strong west-northwest wind during the day tomorrow. Temperature stuck in the 40s, 48, the optimistic high temperature. Showers will spin around that area of low pressure, continue to influence the weather through the afternoon hours tomorrow. We'll turn the corner as we get to Friday, getting a little sunshine back in the picture and drawing in some warmer temperatures. The key will be the fact that our wind will be out of the southwest, and that'll bump the temperature to 74 Saturday. That is going to be a beautiful day. Chance of thunderstorms on Sunday, but it's just a 40% chance. Temperatures next week start to go the other way again. From 76 Sunday down to 61 again Wednesday. Consistently inconsistent.
Thank you, Kevin, for that. Working and attending classes from home is the new normal for many people. Still ahead here, we check in with some students to see how they're faring in all of this.
RTV6 app on your phone or streaming device.
It's been several weeks now since our daily life started taking place mostly at home, and it's certainly been that way for me. Our Kelsey Anderson checked in with some students to see how this new normal is impacting them.
I spoke to 3 students, and all of them have different views on e-learning. One student says that she likes that she can go at her own pace, and the other says that he really misses the school learning environment.
E-learning has been actually good. I've been getting better grades than I would be in school because I think I'm more focused.
I spoke with a few students from Brownsburg High School, and this new normal has made them miss being in the classroom.
I feel like personally it's way easier to be inside of a class to learn than it is to learn on a computer.
They say the transition to e-learning has been a lot easier thanks to their teachers.
I would say thank you for trying your hardest to make this as easy for us, because I know that it's difficult for them.
I would say thank you for putting each weekly assignments and having the opportunity to go on Zoom.
And that I love them and that I thank them for doing all they can to help us out in this time and times before.
All 3 students tell me that this has taught them a lot about time management, and they're hoping that it's getting them ready for college and once they start independent learning. I'm Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you for that. And the COVID-19 pandemic washed out the end of the Indiana high school basketball season, leaving players devastated. That's when an NBA Hall of Famer stepped forward. The incredible story, all new at 6. And we're going to leave you with this live look outside. You can see the clouds out there from our downtown north view from our Weather Now camera. We will be back with the news at 6 right after this.